Alrighty, continuing on our continuous city. Continuous. You get what I'm going for there. We now have delightful chat on screen, and I'm not saying anything here that nobody else was already thinking. But isn't it funny how there's never any crime in your city until the police exist? Just a little funny how that works. It's just a little funny. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. All right. This corner has been kind of a dud anyway, so we'll put the police on this corner. It's not illegal unless you get caught. So if we just didn't catch anybody, then nothing would be illegal. There's an overview of our city of continuity. It's kind of like a weird Greyhound shape right now. If you squint, really look at it sideways. Police right across from the high school, classic. Yeah, this whole area is just like a classic setup. High school, police, industry. Just to, really get that guilt shaming in on the students. If you don't do your homework, you're gonna end up here or here. You're gonna end up there either way. It's all right. Let's continue this road. Oh, you know what? Could it go underneath? Oh, I don't think I left myself enough space. But maybe we could move it. Let's try and move it. If we give ourselves enough of a hump. Is it weird to have the hump offset to the right of the river? A little bit. But sometimes that's just how the hump do. All right, we might be able to go under there. Let's see. If you are just joining us, the challenge here is that I must build this city without ever crossing my roads. I am playing Mayor Snake. Is the plan. There we go. That's a bit of a gnarly little turn there, so I might give that a little nudge, a little move. A little move it. I didn't make it any better, but I definitely moved it. Blong, blong. Do I want to try to wrap this in again? I think I do. Let's do something like this. We're gonna really slow things down right here. If you think about it, what we're actually making is the city that's just prime and ready to be the next great rally location. Is this not how Monaco is built? Tell me I'm wrong. No connecting. Hey, we've done it. Nice. All right, I don't know that I want to build out this complete island just yet. That should be enough road for us for a while. That should be good. We just had a little bit of a lunch break, and we were discussing the stages of childhood as our daughter is approaching 2, and it is one of those things that's continually funny for me, just how many people want to come up to me and constantly are just naysaying the next step. It's just a never-ending process of, oh, enjoy this while it lasts, enjoy this age. Like, it's already been 2 years of that, where it's just a never-ending stream of, I don't know, kind of doomerism. And I always try to just, you know, brush that off, but I really just don't feel that way. Like, I know every year, every age, every stage comes with its own unique challenges, but there's also like so many unique abilities in all of those stages too. Like, there's so many advancements that I constantly look forward to as well. It's not that the balance is there. Yeah, I'm sure kids are a pain right in the butt through many different ages. But yeah, when after your kids are grown and gone, all you can say is, I miss when they were younger. That to me is just massively insulting to your kids, and it's basically just an admission that you didn't like who they became. Man, that's really harsh. That is not to me just not a very nice thing to say. So I always try to not be that. How many students do you even have? 130. Holy crap. I expected that number to be lower. Camino definitely isn't lurking. I feel like, now I can't speak for him, but if there's one thing that I genuinely have always really appreciated out of my parents, is that they enjoy who we are as adults. There was definitely some weirdness in like my brother's early adulthood and my early adulthood of like, oh, they, you know, we didn't become exactly probably who they expected us to be, and not and certainly different than their generational expectations of us. But they were still able to appreciate the people that we became, and that is something that I'm still and always will be thankful for, because I know that that's not always the case, and I just see it every day now. I see it every day of people being unwilling to accept who their children became. Yes, Dux was indeed a porn star in his early 20s, and you know that was hard for all of us. But what do you mean was? I mean, that's a common. I feel like that's a common pathway. You know, porn star to network admin. That's super common. Gosh, cities. Colossal Order, are you listening? The number one gripe I have with this game is the repeated structures. This is so grating to me. There has to be a way to better randomize this stuff. Yeah, it's America, but even worse. It's subdivision at its absolute peak. All right, we built a police station. We did not build a fire station. I feel like the fire station should be on Main Island, so we might have to do some evictions here. Apologies, I have the hiccups. I very swiftly ate pizza. We're gonna put that at the head of the city. How is the city doing anyway? We are still losing many dollars. Many dollar bucks. We should probably start to worry about that as we're starting to get pretty low on the funds. Taxation is a little bit low. We can probably bump them up to 12. We'll bump residential up to 11. Commercial, we'll try 11. The services, though... Let's see... I need to know, if I'm going to cut their budget, I need to know what our levels are. So, we go to water. Our water availability is quite good. Why are subsidies so high? What are you subsidizing? That is a good point. What are we subsidizing? Are we buying power? Because power is very expensive. Let's see. Import 34,000. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think our top priority right now is to build more of our own power grid. These just need to be connected to these. They only cost 25,000 each. Oh, I do need to connect those. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. That gets us into just the green. So let's go ahead and connect to Rooney that to the grid. Somehow. There we go. That was harder than it should have been. Now, what's that do budget-wise? Our monthly balance is better. Services upkeep is still 352,000, so I would say we will probably go ahead and cut the budget on water for now. We're going to cut the budget on education until we get more people. Fire and rescue way down, because they always go way over. And police definitely all the way down. So that should get us closer on the budget. I think you never connected your first windmill to the grid. You did now, though. Oh! Because it doesn't have a road, it wasn't connected, I bet. Oh, if people actually are watching these VODs, somebody in the comments is like... Well, I'll just say that 40 people were in chat. And they didn't say nothing. Hey, Camino. You definitely didn't miss any interesting conversations just recently. All right, we've stopped the big bleeding. Garbage is still very high too, so maybe let's cut them back a little. I think you can actually increase the price of electricity too, which doesn't give us a ton of money, but it'll help. If it snaps to a road, it makes connection. Oh, okay. Taxation, there's still pretty high residential demand, so let's try to get a little bit more money out of them. The road maintenance isn't very high. Healthcare is very high, so unfortunately for now, we're gonna have to trim that back. All right. How do we look? Negative 41,000. Well, let's Let's get some more houses going then. It's the only way we're gonna bring in the moolah. It's just to get more peoples. Earlier, I talked about the fire station. The reason I put it here is my thought was the most efficient routing to the houses is going to be if they always have to make a right turn out of the fire station. That was just my thought. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the continuous city develops with that stuff. Don't forget to make the highlights into YouTube stories. I mean, you mean shorts. Does anybody follow anybody on Twitch that actually uses the stories feature? Is that a thing that anybody has used? One or two? Oh wow, you actually do see people use them. Okay. I wasn't sure if anybody used them because nobody I follow has used it. The what feature? Yeah. You can add stories, which is basically just like portrait style clips on Twitch. They are like Instagram stories-ish. They don't do a very good job of like Instagram Reels, I guess I should say. They don't do a great job of marketing them though, because they still kind of pigeonhole it into who you follow. And what it kind of has to be to work, I feel, is just a constant feed of everybody's top, moments and stuff. That would actually give some engagement. Twitch talks, I like that. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. They use them as go live notifications. I don't know how effective that is, but I could see it. Well, I mean, I understand the mentality of it. I understand the purpose of it, and that is, it's so hard to get your content seen by fresh faces. If you have a really, really good clip that's funny and, represents your brand or whatever, or would draw people in, you want to get new eyeballs to those clips. There's no way to do it unless you're using, dead Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Exactly. If you could just doom scroll through those. I never know when I'm connected to chat anymore. Oh god, that is a never-ending problem, isn't it? If you have a really good clip, someone will steal it. Honestly, it sucks when people steal clips like that, but it can still be very effective at marketing you. That's a lot of the times people will, try to hunt down the owner, the original person. I get it all the time where just here I'm not connected to chat and I'm like, well, chat died, and I don't know if it's because I just became that dull or if chat died. The app is continually though the worst. I do now realize that I've kind of killed this area, haven't I? Until we buy more plots, there's no way to get there. That's for future me to figure out. It does suck though, because this is where I'd want to stack in industry. I do appreciate that they put the wind in when you go to industry. Well, I guess I'm trying to think of where the next batch of industry would be. Resources comes in later, right? like the zoned in stuff. Oh, we can do specialized already. Oh, okay. Well, there was farming right there, but that spot's ruined. Obviously, there's lots of timber. There is, like, no ore, no gems, and oil is locked. Okay, well. I feel like Twitch keeps hiring marketing people that don't understand the platform. They just went through that, didn't they? Where they tried to kind of trim out some of that. Definitely put farms in that corner ASAP. Are they big money makers? I mean, I could put a farm down here. This commercial stuff isn't that critical to me. But yeah, Twitch just kind of went through that process of getting rid of a large portion of their staff that was they hired a bunch of staff to market their talent and try to sell their talent. Grand Village! Instead of people that were actually like trying to improve the platform. Is this... Oh, this is meaty bits. Do they not need? Can they be anywhere? I didn't think about that. Wasn't one of those the groundwater pumping station? Nothing bad can come from that, okay? Nothing bad. There's impossible that anything bad could come from that connection. Alright. Does that say fertile land? Oh, it can be set up anywhere. I'm gonna delete that. JK. Alright, we'll do some grain farming over here. That'll be better for the groundwater situation, right? Alright. And then how about some vegetable farming over here? Oh, weird. There we go. That's a little bit more logical. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then, you know, maybe a little... Okay, pharmacy. They're just going to get their eggs very fresh. Okay. Oh, offices are available. We have huge office demand now. I hear taxes. Our budget's getting close. I think we'll go ahead and try to sneak in some offices down here. I'm trying not to worry too much about the visual sensibilities of the city, which is something I'm usually obsessed about. It's all about making it just function. It's all about trying to wait out the inevitable disaster. Has anyone found that low rent housing is usable yet? In my previous playthrough, it was basically unusable. We do have high density demand, but we don't have it yet, right? Was that a yeah that it's usable? I don't use it that much. Okay. We have an overabundance of electricity. That's a good thing. Ooh, we're getting very close on budget. Okay, you're waiting for an ambulance. Hey, they're here. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I do think they did the loop, though, didn't they? But they'll be able to get back to the hospital pretty quick. Or the clinic, or whatever it is. Right? Yeah, they turn across the road. Good, good. Oh god. Not high rent. My nemesis. I hate the high rent issue. Right. Looks like we got some commercial demand. Let's get after it. See if they are wealthy or not. One resident. High rent. They are poorly educated adults. I don't know how to see if they're wealthy or not. Oh, they are wretched on their income. Wretched. Just realized how nice the water looks. I mean, it can be a very nice looking game. Does it look nicer than the first game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I would out of the gate be able to recognize one versus the other. Possibly, but I don't know. Hey, we're making money. Continuous road. It has no flaws. That's a little harsh. It's just the truth. Industry demand is still kind of there. We could do agriculture somewhere. I don't think we'd want to do it in this peninsula. Maybe over here? Maybe we bring this road down this way. I'm trying to think of where I would want to put more stinky buildings. Where would we want the stink? The wind is going this way. It'd be fine for now, but when we buy this next plot, it will no longer be fine. Yes, Dollop is the stink. Whatever happened to Max, by the way? There he is. Okay, Scrooge. Sometimes you gotta be Scrooge. That is the way. All right, Camino, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I think I may have asked you this before. So this might not be a new question for you. Do you like your kids more or less or the same in adulthood versus childhood? You know, no pressure. No pressure on that question. Definitely something you can just answer at face value. Take off your headset for the answer. I think I need to turn off my eyeballs for the answer. Yeah. Okay. There's our next offshoot of road. Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon. What does it mean? I don't know. We were just having a discussion earlier about how disappointing it is for me to see people unwilling to accept or be excited about who their children became and only wax poetic about who they used to be. I just realized how easy it will be for you to plan bus routes. Oh, don't worry, I'll find some way to mess it up. All right, animals, you're gonna be out here. Oops. Start this way. That's still a system that could use some work. I'm gonna back this up to right there. And right there. That should be enough space. Now these, it's probably a little spicy to have industry this far out on the road because the trucks that need to come and go from this place have got to go all the way through town to get to over there. I'll probably... It does look an awful lot, but this one's... Did I make it? I didn't make it animals, or I didn't make it incorrect, did I? Put some commercial close by and they'll go there. That's true. I mean, that is the plan, but I'm sure they sell outside of the city too. Do you have cows? What do you have? Oh, livestock. I see. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I can get that. Like the being sad about not being as involved with your kids' lives. That I can understand, but that never seems to be the implication. But maybe that's just my interpretation. Oh yeah, some train hubs would definitely not bankrupt us. Look at them putties. I don't know if VOD watchers are just gonna be like, why is there a freaking sleeping cat on the screen the whole time or not? Or maybe they want to see Max putties, I don't know. Can we change which livestock they have? No. So much high density demand. Wonder if it's a taxing issue? I don't think so. We're making pretty decent money right now, which is good. Who wouldn't want to see Max sleeping? We're barely breaking even on electricity right now. It's a still image and you're pranking them. Max. Max. No. Yeah, this is definitely one of those ideas I've had that just would make the skin crawl of good cities, players, and builders. I like a challenge, okay? You gotta be wacky. Maybe I'm unlocking secret potential too. So far, it hasn't had any problems.
No. No, he's sleeping.
McFisto_ gifted a tier 1 sub to Oracularabi. They have given 322 gift subs in the channel.
Whimsy and war crimes, exactly. McFisto, thanks for that gift sub. Send it to one of those people who fixes cities designs. Did Beef used to do that, or am I thinking of someone else? Corrales might be who you're thinking of. Yeah, I mean, I certainly get the empty nest void feeling. Corrales, not Corrales. Biffa. Biffa is who I was thinking of. Yes, thank you. Corrales. But I personally have never gotten the feeling that, like, you don't enjoy who we are as adults less than you enjoyed who we were as kids. Corrales definitely did city stuff, but not to the degree that Biffa did. Biffa does cities as, like, his living. I see a new piece of madness was envisioned. This stems from the amount of people that come up to me when I'm out with the bean at, like, parks and stuff, and they want to lecture to me about, you know, enjoying this stage because it'll just never be as good in the future. Never give in. Never surrender. Yeah, I followed Biffa's stuff when I was really into Cities 1. I would watch Biffa stuff to, like, learn the game, learn how to do gooder. All right, looks like fire coverage is starting to become an issue. We did cut the budget, but I do feel like with this design, we should probably just go ahead and assume we're gonna need multiple fire stations for coverage. We don't want to cover the city in fire. Police coverage, we don't have the money for that, so we'll have to make some money. What a shame. Yeah, I mean, that's... I never want to answer that question that way, but, like, or that comment, but I am always like, man, I can't wait for the point in which, you know, we can go on cruises in cool cars together, and she can be interested in, you know, her own hobbies and potentially some of ours. The thing that I love about this age is the whimsy and everything. Like the fact that she has seen 4 million pine needles in her life so far, and yet when we find a pine needle on the sidewalk, she can sit there for 5 minutes and just be in awe of this pine needle. That's an experience you don't get to experience again in your life. I'm just jealous of that. We get the Polaris Suites. Sweet. Yes, you can, Mr. John Z. You can increase their coverage. I was trying to get to that point of you can improve them by giving them their budget back, but I think with our continuous road, more stations might be more efficient. Go get a pine needle and ponder it. It's free. What does this pine needle mean? What's your problem? How did you get in an accident? Y'all, it's one continuous road. How did you mess this up? A very slight bend. That thing's probably expensive. +4 well-being. Our well-being is not great. Lack of entertainment. Are you not entertained? All right. That is a valid point. Oh, we added new tiny parks too. Love that.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Panda_power checked in. You can still name roads, right?
I didn't.
Suggest only drive.
I didn't think about it, Panda. But you are so right. Yes, you can name any road in the city, and you did it. Hey, I've got walk abilities. Oh wow, yeah. Apparently the rain, real problem for them. I didn't consider the walk abilities over here, didn't I? Huh. The renaming rights are 100 bits more than previous. Bid war, bid war, bid war. Can we connect there? No. Boy, yeah, I really done goofed on that one. Well, they won't need an ambulance if they don't have a house. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. Alright, which side is the park on? Other side of the road, of course it is. That's fine. Office demand keeps trickling in, but other than that, demands have been quite low. Probably the happiness not helping. Unreliable healthcare. We do have them pretty low. Let's give them a slight bump. But then also, we should also probably consider putting in another clinic. Yeah. Because they've got way too far to go. How much to purchase a house in this economy? What is the average price of a house right now in the United States? It's got to be $200,000, right? The reel of the millennials painting their invisible house, yes. Average, mean, whatever. $350,000? Well, there you go. $350,000. You can have. You know what? I'll sweeten the deal for you. Good googly moogly, ZK. My eyes hurt. That made my eyes hurt. Are they including trailers? For 412,300 bits, you can buy a house. Whew. I don't think trailers count as homes. Like mobile homes? Or do you think like trailer homes, like campers? Whew. $501,000. I thought this was gonna be a nice, funny little reference on the stream, and instead, I just grew a new ulcer. All right, what else can we do? Lack of entertainment, still an issue. Oh, look at this cute park. Let's wash away our tears with this cute park. We'll tear down some industry for it. That's adorable. That's adorable. Sell the ulcer, buy house, profit. If I could sell ulcers, I could buy Moose his own game studio. If we all move to Alabama, we can make it better. Hey, we got residential demand finally. I guess because they're happier. That's good. We like happy. It is still Alabama. Just geographically not the greatest place. Oh, so do we, Destroyer. So do we. But if you owned my game studio, you'd have to make me do autocross stuff. Nah. I've given up on that dream. I feel like BeamNG has the potential to do all that I want autocross-wise. It's just that somebody needs to do it.
No, he's sleeping.
McFisto_ gifted a tier 1 sub to the Holy Moose. They have given 323 gift subs in the channel.
Can I pet that moose? Turns out, yes. Yes, you can. Are we buying electricity? Is that happening? Not yet. No pet moose? Aw. Yeah, the auto-generated tracks in BeamNG are just proof to me that an autocross creator could totally exist in BeamNG. It's just not the same. It's close. It's close. But it ain't the same. Yeah, just solid cat cam day. Progress been a little slower on this second part of the stream, but that's okay. Unreliable healthcare coverage still is a problem. But the more happiness we can get in here, the more likely the city will grow. Okay, that brought it down a little bit. Healthcare coverage still seems like a main point of contention. Well, we can't afford anything better. Do they have any upgrades? No. No, they do not. Good to know. Alright. I guess we just gotta wait out a little bit of this lull. Lol. How are you doing down here? Seems fine. There's no animals, though. Real lack of animals with this thing. I don't know if it makes sense to have multiple or one big. Efficiency 105%. Maybe if you go bigger, the efficiency goes down? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright, we got some medium demand. They filled in there. So in my circles, this game is known as the Teeth game. Is this a known fact, or am I just weird? This game will forever be known as the Teeth game. I think, interestingly, though... Oops, I screwed them over. Oh, well. Of all the issues I've ever had with this game, the teeth thing was never the issue. I think it was just the thing that people clutched to. It was probably the most damning evidence that they rushed this game out too fast. Oh, does this show like where people are happy and where people aren't? People are not happy at the farm. Hate to see it. Simply hate to see it. How is modeling teeth the sign of rushing a game? It's not that they modeled the teeth, it's that they they purchased or used models that had such detail as teeth and didn't give them LODs and didn't delete them and then released the game with those, not realizing that modeling every individual Sim's teeth in a world would massively cripple the game. Have you ever met a happy farmer? I'm trying to think of how many farmers I've met. I feel like I've probably met a happy farmer back in the day. I've seen plenty of jolly ranchers, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. That one hurt. That was painful. How about a cool little strip of commercial right there? Cotton Eye Joe seemed pretty happy. Old Cotton Eye Joe. Where did he go? Oh, Ant, that was perfect timing for me. I don't know if it was perfect timing for you, but that was... It only would have been better if you had said, where did he come from? Oh, boy. I needed a good belly laugh. I got one. Okay. We're gonna put the park on this side of the road so that people can get to it from the path. Nice, nice, nice. Are you just sitting in your car waiting for an ambulance? Yep. Yep. For an instant, there was a several thousand-mile long wire connecting both of our minds. There's also no passengers in that van that is waiting for an ambulance. Is the minivan waiting for an ambulance? Because they might need a mechanic. Did they buy a Nissan? Has the CVT gone out? Put some cool houses right here. Don't they call that a tow truck? Living near industrial areas is terrible. Where do you live? Homefry, you couldn't live any further from industrial areas. You're like miles away from the farm. If you're smelling that poo, it's probably you. Still healthcare concerns? Yeah, so I think we just gotta build up some funds. But that industrial area is right down the block. What is a block in this world? Where does the block start and where does the block end? Episode title. Speaking of that, this is probably a good place to split off a segment. Segment 2, not as bustling as segment 1, but still going strong. It's a stretch of road between intersections. Time's getting to be 315. Wow. I found out recently that Automotive Flux has also a sub 2-year-old, which is funny. And he made a comment in a recent video about, sorry if there's screaming in the background. My daughter is supposed to be sleeping. And I was like, if I could only make a compilation of how many recordings I have where I had the monitor on the desk and then there was a sudden scream or yell or whatever, I would have quite a compilation.